Okay then, you know, a place that attracts visitors, we are told, for leisure, recreation and business purposes is known as a tourist destination, and these veritable hideaways dot the Nigerian landscape. One of them is the famed Ikogosi warm spring in Ekiti State. Our journalist hangout weekend special beams its searchlight on the landmark and tourist hotspot. Come with us.
Welcome to Ikogosi, Ekiti, the land of warm and cold springs. Ikogosi, Ekiti is one of more than 100 communities in the 16 local government areas of Ekiti State, Nigeria. But what set this town apart is not just its scenic beauty. It is the rare gift of nature that lies here, the Ikogosi warm springs. To understand the true essence of this town and its extraordinary springs, I met with the Oshomo of Ikogosi, Ekiti, Chief Gabriel Ashaolu, a traditional title holder in the community.
No, it's not a very big water. Some people will dam it, put some stones and block the water so that it forms a sort of a natural pool. Just around that place, 2 or 3 meters down there, another people will dam it. And they will be taking their bath. Why? 2 or 3 meters again, another people will dam it and be taking their bath. That water that is rough when they are bathing will not get to the second pool, natural pool, the improvised pool. It will not get to them. Neither will it get to the third one. That shows that that water has some high level of health. Advantage.
On the streets of Ikogosi, Ekiti, indigents carry with them stories and memories of the warm spring, a natural marvel that has drawn visitors from all corners of the world. On the outskirts of the town lies the source of the Ikogosi warm springs, and that's where the journey of discovery leads. Deep within the lush landscape of Ekiti State, southwestern Nigeria, lies a natural wonder that has intrigued scientists, enchanted tourists, and inspired generations. Ikogosi warm spring, a place where warm and cold waters flow side by side. Let's take you into this place where nature whispers stories of harmony. In a world filled with noise and haste, Ikogosi offers a pause, a sacred meeting point between myth and reality. Noticeably, the air is fresh and cool, with a scent of green on a tree-lined road where nature seems to embrace one at every step. Fluttering butterflies and the healthy perfume of wet leaves made it feel like moving through nature's cathedral. Rows of exotic fruit-bearing trees are an attraction for their eyes. I met with the custodian of Ikogosi Warm Springs history, Chief Ayo Ademilua, who took me through the legacy and mystery surrounding these springs. As I walk through this walkboard, you can see they are also made of woods, environmental friendly. The legends of how a father, a son, and 2 wives, each transformed into these springs, symbolizing their unique temperaments, came alive.
There was a particular man. His name was Ogongon. Ogongon was a hunter. He was the one on a hunting expedition on one afternoon around this hub, around this area. So he probably heard the rush and gush of water, and he was thirsty in the, you can imagine a hunter in a jungle. And when he heard the rush of water, he wanted to have a drink. But when he touched the water, he discovered it was warm. No, the gods must be crazy. How can a flowing stream? All streams are supposed to be cold and refreshing, So when he stepped into it, and he was shocked. He was trying to escape. It happened probably down here. And when he was trying to escape, he stepped into another one that was cold. He said, no, the gods are really crazy. They are angry. The gods are angry with us. So he rushed down to town. And they consulted the Gugu of those days, which is Ifa. And it was Ifa that actually told them the story about how the waters came to be.
Rather than simply hearing about it, I chose to experience this natural wonder firsthand. Chief Ademilua guided me from the base of the slopey terrain to the source of the warm spring, a rocky, secluded spot surrounded by barriers to prevent unwanted interference.
Just walk in, you are safe.
I'm safe?
Yes.
This is warm already.
Yes.
I can confirm that to you that this is warm.
Keep walking.
It is warm.
Just keep walking.
It is warm. I can confirm that to you. It is cold. It is getting cold here. It is getting cold here. Wow, the coldness is...
And I mentioned it, that the spontaneous reaction is always
on
wow,
another level.
The spring's soft gurgle weaves through rocks, leaving behind a rhythm that matches its flow. Ikogosi Warm Spring Resort has become a haven for tourists, drawn not just by the mystery of the warm and cold springs, but by the serenity that wraps the area. Visitors come from far and wide, eager to witness this phenomenon.
Yeah, I was there 10 years ago. I think that was during Governor Fayoshe's era. I think he tried his best too, but it wasn't unlike this standard we have now. I think the present government have upped the game of this place, which is very good for Ekiti.
My right leg is in a cold water and my left leg is in a warm water. I can feel the difference in the temperature when I do this. So it's a beautiful experience to see where two temperatures come together.
Oh God. Nice. This is something else. This I am hot, this I am cold. This is one of the very few places that I have seen in Nigeria. It's beautiful and it will boost the tourism like anything. We want to go from some place to a tourism-based economy. We can do it. This is a perfect start.
Upon arrival and clearance at the reception, tourists are greeted by guides like Aina Adeyeye, who have been sharing the story of Ikogosi's wonders for years.
The springs are not just two. They are 4 in number. For the cold water, there are 2. One is colder than the other. For the warm water, there are also 2. One is warmer than the other. And that is why we always see the water, or we always feel the water in 3 meeting points, or from 3 meeting points. We have the final meeting points of the cold and the warm water. And that is always the first meeting point, where you have direct contact with the warm water and the cold water.
Visitors walk along the path, passing the meeting point where the cold and cold springs merge, and then to where the warm and warm springs converge. The air is filled with laughter and excitement as tourists explore these unique natural wonders.
This is my first time here, and I really enjoy myself. My money did not go wasted because I did not expect it to be like this, beautiful and standard.
For others, it's a chance to be still, to breathe, to remember that nature still has secrets left to share. Temitope Onokoya is one of such people. She takes in the tranquil ambience of the springs for spiritual awakening.
I didn't know that this is what I was going to see. I'm from Ekiti. This is my first time in Ekiti. I've been telling my dad, hey, Muwamole now, you've never brought us to Ekiti. I want to see. So for me, it was a dual experience of my legs are going to step the ground that I came from, and I'll have the opportunity to experience nature, unburden, connect with God, and find my center.
What is striking here is the diversity of those who visit. Young and old, locals and tourists from beyond Nigeria's borders, all united by the allure of this destination. And just when you think the spring is the climax, Ikogosi whispers again. Aside from the springs, Ikogosi is home to ancient mangrove trees, some more than 300 years old, and a natural cave within one of the trees that offers a unique view of the sky above.
It is called the Peregu Etiodo in local parlance, and it translates to a mangrove tree that is a symbol of life. And according to what we understand, this tree has been planted for many years, standing right here, despite looking as though it would fall any moment from now. So the Peregu tree is about 7 of its kind right here. And when you look around this vicinity, it is a sight to behold. A tree looking dry at the base, but blossoming at the top.
In another rare natural phenomenon, as the warm and cold springs converge, also at their union is an extraordinary sight, perhaps shaped by the mystery of the waters below. A palm tree and another species growing side by side, their roots entwined, sharing one foundation. These natural wonders provide a reminder of how nature creates its own masterpieces and sometimes hidden. Many of the tourists could not but ensure that the memories of their visit here to the Ikogosi Warm Springs is kept for a lifetime, as they turned into photographers capturing every moment of the tour. Tourists like Nigeria's former presidential photographer Bayo Omoboriowo understand the importance of preserving and showcasing Ikogosi to the world.
And everybody spotlights where the water, the hot and the cold water meets, and I think that's the highlights of everybody coming to Ikogosi. But the sheer peace of mind that comes to you when you come into this space is not something to be taken for granted. I just came into the country just a few days ago, so I've traveled. Talk about the tourist sites anywhere in the world. I've been to museums, I've been to galleries. I studied arts and cultural management, so I understand what it means for culture, for art, for creativity to meet together. But here is peace. Here is nature at its finest.
Since the discovery of Ikogosi Warm Spring and its popularization by Baptist missionary Reverend John S. McGee around 1952, the Ikogosi Warm Spring site has witnessed several developments and transformations, first serving as a camp and eventually transforming into a destination for tourists. The different administrations at the helms of affairs in Ekiti State have tried to tap into the tourism potential of this location to stimulate economic growth. Many of the efforts, according to former Special Advisor on Tourism to former Governor of the state, Shaguni, Moses Jolayemi, failed to bring the desired result. On his return to the Ikogosi Warm Spring resort after a period of 10 years, he commended the noticeable transformation that now makes the location a tourist haven.
Governor Biodun Abayomi came in and he has made it happen. For me, it's something almost unimaginable, because the last time I visited here was 10 years ago, just to see what was going on. And now today, it's like moving from dream to reality, that what's going on, So for me, it's a very pleasant experience, coming with my family. And the reason I never came with my family all this while was because I wasn't sure what I was coming to meet here. But now I had enough information that this place is worth, returning to, is worth the trouble.
At the core of this transformation is a deliberate attempt by the Oyebanji administration to harness this potential for sustainable development.
This place was in shambles until the tenure of the former governor, Fayemi, as a cosmopolitan person who's traveled all over the world, he does enjoy the best of the world. He believed that this place must be touched up. And it was touched up like an Eldorado, touched up like heaven. And after that, another government came and it swallowed up the place. But now,
it is now the effort of the present governor, His Excellency Biodun Abayomi Oyubanji, who now concessioned this place out. And that's why you are seeing the breathing of this place now.
This deliberate attempt by Ekiti state government birthed the public-private partnership arrangement with Gloshient Hospitality, a subsidiary of Cavistal Holdings. Now, Ikogosi Warm Spring Resort and Conference Center is basking in a new revival, one that is raising the bar of hospitality with international standards. Ikogosi Warm Spring Resort Center is now divided into 3 sections.
So MICE is meeting, incentive, conferences and events. So we are selling this place out as destination for that. So you can come for corporate organizations. There are quarterly retreats, annual retreat, events, wedding destination. This is also a good point for that.
The forest park within the resort is another blend of nature as trees dot the landscape, which has a treehouse bar. The drivers at the heart of maintaining the standards are the staff who are carefully recruited and trained to ensure customer satisfaction. To preserve the park's fresh natural atmosphere, only electric smokeless golf carts are used for daily operations and guest transportation. I hop on a ride with Bolu Atife, a staff member who gave me a taste of their royal-style limo experience. From its mythical springs to its rich cultural stories, Ikogosi Ekiti is truly a sanctuary away from the chaos of everyday life, inviting everyone to pause, reflect, and immerse themselves in nature's embrace.
Come on. Our reporter there is Zaid Aribisala. We thank you very kindly. BKO, there's this saying, God is blessing America. Is America blessing God? You can bring it here. God is blessing Nigeria. Is Nigeria blessing God?
God has blessed Nigeria tremendously. But we have not been able to take even good advantage of the innumerable blessings that it has pleased God to shower on us. In some countries, there was a joke that I had that some countries of the world like Japan were complaining that you've given Nigeria too many mineral resources and all that. They said, God said, calm down, wait until I give them leaders.
Bam.
So they are saying that God bless us with resources, but not the leaders to help harness those resources. So the day that we realize how blessed we are, and we take big steps to harness the resources at our disposal maximally, including human resources, Nigeria will be up there.
As they say, the street balance mayor, they no go see our red light.
Yes, if you look at Dubai, Dubai is making so much money through tourism. Dubai became a mega city through tourism. If you go to Dubai and you do the tour of the city tour, if it's a tour of Dubai, you will go to their museum and you will see one desert that has nothing. And now they'll be able to develop themselves to a mega city, attracting people from all over the world.
As a matter of fact, when the World Cup went to the Middle East for the first time, it was a marvel.
Yeah, because of the development that happened.
That's it.
But you see, in our country, we have not done enough when it comes to tourism. I know that part of the problem has to do with security, but even at that, we are not doing the needful. For example, I'm impressed with listening and watching what they've done with Ikogosi.
Yeah.
I actually look forward to going there one day. I've heard about Ikogosi forever.
Yes.
But now they've been able to develop it to a standard where you can feel comfortable going there. There are other areas, there are other sports that have attained this kind of status, but what has happened to them? Obudu Cattle Ranch.
Yankari Games Reserve. Neglected.
They've been neglected.
After Donald left office.
The highest point in Nigeria.
That's what I'm saying. Obudu Cattle Ranch used to be big like this. You understand? It has been neglected. Yankari Games Reserve used to be like this.
Might I mention the Idonre Hills?
Yes, so we have different areas that can be developed and make attractive for people to go there. Look at different kind of people that went to this, and that's what we should do.
When Obasanjo was president, he took the Federal Executive Council to Obudu, for a retreat.
Yes.
Because he felt that should be our own Camp David, where we can have big meetings with foreign leaders and all that.
Temperate zone.
Yes, it's just like Mambila, which is the coldest part of our country.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same mountain range that goes all the way from Mambila to that place. So you can see they are very similar.
14 kilometers upstairs.
They are very similar in terms of the terrain, but the highest mountain in Nigeria is in the Mambila area.
Yeah.
And it's the coldest part of our country. But what have we done? The moment Donald Duke left office, that place was neglected.
It was good night.
The day we went there, some of us felt like crying because we now saw some of those buildings already literally giving way, some of the wood, you know, in a bad state. We shouldn't leave a national treasure like that. And nothing stops us from building even something similar to that in Mambila. The Mambila area is the only place in Nigeria where you can grow tea. Because tea thrives in temperate regions.
Zones.
So that's the only place where we can grow tea. And we grow tea in Kankara community inside Mambila. You go to Mambila, you know that Nigeria is a beautiful country. But we need to intentionally promote this tourist destination and tell ourselves that we want to make money from tourism. That was the decision that they made in the UAE. Those leaders in the UAE, they used to go to Lebanon to enjoy life. At a point, they told themselves that if we develop our own country, we don't need to go to Lebanon.
As a matter of fact,
Dubai is a great country. I mean, Dubai is a great destination. Everybody all over the world, they want to go there.
And I hear that many Nigerians, especially the privileged ones, are dying over themselves to visit Rwanda.
Oh, yes. I've been to Rwanda severally. Just the same thing. Rwanda is a city-state. Just Kigali.
Kigali, very beautiful.
But just well-planned.
I do not agree that it's even more beautiful than Nigeria.
No, I don't think so.
I don't agree.
I don't think so.
And let me drop this one. When you mess up, nature does not forgive you.
True.
If you understand what I mean.
True.
All right, we are done, but not before thanking Babajide Kolade Utitoju for your intervention. Thank you.
Thank you.
No less so, Mayor Akikbelu, the proud Ikorodu boy.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So we are done, and the Backroom Boys